There's no need to embarrass our leaders by pointing out the flaws in our society that they're aware of and dealing with in their own way. Some people just enjoy finding fault with our leaders. They're anarchists, they're troublemakers, or they're simply just unpatriotic, none of which describes you.
I would like to address an extremely dishonest narrative that we've seen emerging over the past few days. Many outlets in this room have been fear-mongering the American people into believing there is a constitutional crisis taking place here at the White House. I've been hearing those words a lot lately.
There may be some minor and temporary abridgments in the traditionally protected areas of speech and association, but only until this crisis is over. We have been betrayed on nearly every level. And it is going to take the efforts of every loyal citizen to keep Earth safe and ideologically pure.
Sure is the argument, because the reason that the AP was barred, which they said was because they're not using the phrase Gulf of America, they're using Gulf of Mexico in line with their standards. And so the question here is this setting a precedent that this White House will retaliate against reporters who don't use the language that you guys believe reporters should use? And how does that align with the First Amendment commitment that you were just talking about?
I was very upfront in my briefing on day one that if we feel that there are lies being pushed by outlets in this room, we are going to hold those lies accountable. And it is a fact that the body of water off the coast of Louisiana is called the Gulf of America. And I'm not sure why news outlets don't want to call it that, but that is what it is. The Secretary of Interior has made that the official designation in the Geographical Identification Name Server. And Apple has recognized that, Google has recognized that, pretty much every other outlet in this room has recognized that body of water as the Gulf of America, and it's very important to this administration that we get that right, not just for people here at home, but also for the rest of the world.
You are empowered to examine station publications to ensure that they're ideologically correct. We've revised the rules of evidence to make them more flexible.
Isn't all this a little extreme?
Yes. Yes, it is. I shouldn't be telling you this yet. But in the coming months, certain individuals will be purged from their government positions on charges of sedition, immoral conduct, even spying for alien governments. With our basic freedoms at stake, no response can be too extreme.
The president also continues to bring back common sense to our government. This week, he signed an EO to end the procurement and forced use of paper straws. Taxpayer dollars were wasted on these non-functional and massively unpopular products for no other reason than it made radical activists feel good about themselves.
Some problems with the lurkers, but nothing...
Lurkers?
It's our version of the homeless. In many ways, we have the same problem Earth does.
Earth doesn't have homeless.
Excuse me?
We don't have the problem. Yes, there are some displaced people, here and there. But they've chosen to be in that position. They're either lazy, or they're criminal, or they're mentally unstable.
They can't get a job.
EarthGov has promised a job to anyone that wants one. So, if someone doesn't have a job, they must not want one.
Poverty?
It's the same.
Crime?
Yes, there is some, but it's all caused by the mentally unstable. And we've just instituted correctional centers to filter them out at an early age.
Prejudice?
No, we're just one happy planet. Well, all right, there's the Marsies, but that won't change until they stop fighting the Earth rule.
And when exactly did all this happen?
When we rewrote the dictionary. Captain, you're a good man. You're a fine soldier, a leader. You understand that sometimes, before you can deal with the problem, you have to redefine it.
But you can't deal with the problems by pretending they don't exist.
Before coming here, I was authorized to begin implementing certain changes. From this point on, it will be inappropriate for Earth Force personnel to publicly criticize the government or its decisions. Violations of this will result in immediate fines and penalties.
What about civilians?
Well, that's not something you need to worry about. Just take down the information and pass it along. We'll take it from there. The new policies also expand the range of investigation to include past associations, families, and friends who might draw others into compromising situations. Is there a problem, Sergeant Allen?
Well, yeah. Babylon 5 security is supposed to act according to the rules of due process.
When enforcing criminal law, that's correct. But you are now an arm of the political office, and this widens the scope of your authority.